It is a long-term participation in the struggle, understanding the part you play. Don't be afraid to mess up and be uncomfortable. You will. You will. It'll be like contortions. It's going to be like me, like doing sit-ups. I get like the stitch, and then the physical therapist guy says, you still have to do 10. I hate him, but I still have to do it. Gosh, you'd think I would be like smaller. Make amends. Make amends. If there are places where you have participated in oppression, make it right. You may not be able to say to a specific person, this time, really sincerely, see how authentic I can sound. I really am sorry. How can I make it right to you? How can I stand with you? And then I listen. But I can do it in other ways. I can tell myself the truth and work towards justice in other ways, even if it's not specifically to the people I harm. In the denomination that I'm a part of, the Episcopal Church, they have an amazing prayer. They say, forgive us for the things that we do and for the things that are done in our name. Wow, that's really powerful. I can really, really, really keep my nose clean, but there are a lot of things that I do or that I benefit from that other people do that I don't have to take responsibility for or even acknowledge. So, asking forgiveness and making amends. Not saying you're sorry, but making amends. And that means making the crooked straight, making it right. Oh, and here's another one. Don't expect a pat on the back. That's where it's like, well, no, don't. I think that that's sort of part of it. I'm going to go back to being disingenuous. Do you mind? So, here I am, I've done wonderful things, and I've actually done really, instead of like, bought her the Burger King burger and expected her to be grateful, I actually did do some really good stuff. I started really, really looking at what food justice looked like. I'm doing all of this stuff. I'm actually, I'm giving time and money to things that actually have value and merit and sustainability, and I want my strokes.
Gold star.
I actually wrote that down. Gold star, we expect that. We want people to thank us for the good stuff we do, and we especially want the people that we've been sacrificing for. I mean, God, after all I've done for you. Here's what I highlighted on this one. Don't expect oppressed people to acknowledge your internal or external achievements. You don't get a gold star. And if you need one, you need to rethink your motives. Lastly, we've already talked about this a little bit, do the work within yourself, your own cultures and your own communities. It's a lot, sometimes it's really easy to jump culture. I really, 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 really care about the oppressed people in El Salvador. There are people that did not have a decent meal less than 5 miles away from my home. It's a both and. It's not an either or. I have to take responsibility for myself and the places where I have circles of influence, the African American community in my case, working class people and marginally middle class people. I have circles of influence where I can tell the truth, and I have to be willing to either know that I can and do or not. I have a lot of power. We were talking about acknowledging, we were talking about acknowledging that power. Okay, this is where you do it. This is where you do it. You do it in your own family and risk having them yell at you. You say to your husband the next time he says something disparaging. You say it to your coworker when he complains about the person who bought a birthday cake on food stamps. You say it. You out yourself as an ally with the oppressed. For people who are in the dominant group, I didn't highlight this, but it's good. It may be very difficult to experience the anger or frustration of oppressed people. The level of emotion may trigger very deep wounds in you. You are dealing with something that is heinous and wrong, and they should be angry. And that may displace their anger at you. And a lot of you, oh my God, I can't believe, I'm never doing this again. Not only was she ungrateful, she was mean. Yeah, okay. You're not doing it for her. You're not even doing it for you. You're doing it for the struggle. This is bigger than all of us. I'm going to end here because I think Mariah's going to have a stroke. It's time to go. I'm going to finish, by saying thank you guys for being so amazingly attentive. I am very grateful. And the last thing is an African product probably that I have on my cubicle at work. I work for the devil, I work for the county. But I actually have some things up there, it's kind of sad. Food is the next civil rights movement. Just like water is the new oil, food is the next civil rights movement. And here's some things that I have up in my cubicle. One is a comment by Dorothy Day. She was part of the Catholic worker movement. And she said, and I love it, our problems stem from our acceptance of this filthy, rotten system. She said it 100 years ago, you guys. It's still filthy and it's still rotten and we have to frickin' fix it. And also, the African proverb, nobody eats until everybody has a bowl. Nobody dips their spoon in the porridge until everybody eats. I'm asking you to look at your neighbor's bowl and make sure that there is porridge in his before we have the privilege of eating ourselves. It matters. I can't tell